Hello farmers, welcome back to Griffin, Indiana. Second day of summer is here, and so is the grass. The grass is ready to be cut. It is almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been waiting for the grass to get down below 20% moisture, so when I cut the grass, I don't have to ted it, so it can turn to hay at some point. And hopefully some point comes soon, because not today, not tomorrow, but the day after, we got rain. The grass was actually ready to cut on the first day of summer, but it was raining, so didn't do that. We are pretty much set to sell the silage. I had to take some silage and come over to here and top off our TMR mixer because we were low. So the first time, I was keeping an eye on this, and I was down to like about 15,000 liters in the silage. And it came time for the cows to be fed, and it would not run, and it said bunker 2 was empty. And I came over, I'm like, it's not empty. I guess it sees it as empty if it cannot fulfill the demands of the mixer. So just be aware of that for using this system here. This is the Global Company cow shed with the auto feeder. So I had no problem taking the silage, which we are going to sell today as well, because that silage is 2.5 years old. It's time to get rid of it. Hopefully that will suffice the cows for a couple days. Our corn is not ready, but that won't be today anyways. But the first thing we're going to do is sell our soybeans. The soybean price is good. There's a conflicting money battle going on for soybeans, but we're just going to bring it down to the Posey Co-op right now, because that's $12.50. This was like at $10.80 or so, so it's risen $100. So I think it's going to stop soon, and I got other things to do today, so we're just going to go ahead and bring it on down to the Posey Co-op and get some cash. So yeah, buying some equipment. We need to get ready to start buying some equipment. So the forage harvester and header, that's going to cost us a combo of like $440,000. So definitely got to make sure we buy that first. And then also we got to make sure we have enough cash to go ahead and get ourselves the new silo bunker, because we'll be selling the one that we have right now, because currently that doesn't fit my my likings. Now let's come down here to soybean. It's going to be a couple trips, but that's fine. And I did test it on out to make sure that I can dump the silage at the BGA, because some BGA sell points, you have to, there's no sell point on the ground. You actually have to get the silage up and over the railing. But on this map, you can sell it by dumping it there. I think I've already tested it once before, but I forgot, but I tested it out. And we are good to go on that front, so I can load the silage into here. Now, when we do the chaff run for the corn, I am going to have to get a different trailer, because I don't want to use a center under the trailer dumper with this, which this is, and dump chaff into a bunker, because then I'll have to drive over it with a real trailer, and I'll get stuck quite often, I'm sure. So we're going to get ourselves we're going to keep this trailer, but we're going to have to buy ourselves another one, or lease another one for the time being, because I don't know how the money situation is going to be when it comes time. We do have about 120,000 liters of silage left in the bunker that will be sold at the BGA, and we're going to swap it out for new silage from this year. And at some point I would like to do some more groundwork around here, terraforming, painting, whatever you want to call it. But let's see how the cash flow goes. No contracts have been done. Like I said, we're pretty much done with doing contracts. Oh, and I did get the rest of the manure spread on our wheat field, so that wheat field is ready to go, and I think it's going to be ready for harvest pretty darn soon. Last I checked, it was on the final growth stage. I think it was anyway, so I might be mistaken. But I didn't come down and look at the field. I was on the PDA page, and it said it was on the final growth stage. Sometimes the PDA and seasons don't quite get along. You look at the PDA, and the PDA will say one thing, and the crops look like a different thing. I mean, we're going right past our wheat field, so definitely, I don't think it's in the last growth stage. It could be, actually. No traffic is on, so we're fine. I don't think that's the last growth stage, is it? I guess it could be. But yeah, the nitrogen and pH value is perfect, so we'll get a good amount of wheat. And we'll be selling all the wheat. But like as we know, cereal crop on this geo, wheat will not be sold until winter. But I do need some straw. I mean, I got plenty of straw left in storage. But the cows now are starting to use more and more and more. Last I checked, I was at 117 cattle, so I haven't checked in a couple days. Don't know what their situation is. And like I also said, I think we're going to wait until fall like we have been and see what our cow situation is doing. And if it doesn't seem like it's progressing as fast as I think it should be, we'll go ahead and get some more cows, because like I said, we want to get up to 2,000 cows before the end of the series, before FS22 comes along. And I know I talk about it every other episode or so often, but I think when I started talking about FS22 it was early July. Now we're in August, and 2 episodes a week. It's going to be here really quick. So let's see the money go up. Like I said, 120,000 liters. So I'm going to probably get like $150,000 here. So that should be enough to go ahead and purchase at least the forage harvester itself. I'm not going to purchase it today. I'm not going to purchase it until we're ready to actually do the harvesting. I thought it was going to be this episode, but then I said, no, I got other things to do first. We got to sell the soybean. We got to sell the silage. We got to get rid of the side of the bunker, put down the new side of the bunker. We got to cut the grass. We're just going to cut the grass. We're going to have to wait a couple days for it to turn to hay, or a day. Hopefully just a day. And I'm pretty sure that'll be a full episode today as it is. Bring in that cash. It's like I said, $430 for the forage harvester and header. And we are going to be using the New Holland forage harvester, which I don't think I've ever used, so that's why we're using it. But I am going to use a modded header that I already have. I'm going to paint it New Holland color, so it looks kind of good. I usually use the Big Crone X. Oh, look at that, $150,428. It's almost like it's kind of new. Yeah, so I usually use the Big Crone X from Stevie, because his Crone X has a capacity in it. So when I was doing chaff on like the Pacific Northwest or whatever series I may have used it on, I can go ahead and dump it in the bunker, and the worker keeps on going and collecting some chaff. But this time we're going to go ahead and do it to where there's no capacity or whatever. But back up to the farm, we're going to get the rest of the 30,000 liters of soybean. It would be nice to get the Vulture tractor for when we do the hay, so what I would like to do is either or. I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, I'll have the Deutz-Fahr hauling the windrower and the Vultra with the baler, or vice versa. Doesn't matter. Just to get the work done a little bit better. And I do need to go in. I need to try fixing. I don't want to say fix the baler, but since we're leaving down such wide swaths for it to pick up, I would need to go back and try working on the contents of the file folder to get it so it picks up the swath in one go, instead of leaving little bits in here. I'm going to try to up the numbers from what I did last time. Modify the mod is what I do. And if you're ever going to modify a mod, the best thing to do is save the file first, make a copy of it, and that way if you goof up the mod file itself, you can always just reboot the mod back to the old file save. Alright, I'm not going to bother putting the tarp over this time because, well, you know, it's down there quite a ways. Yeah, I need to make the gravel go a little bit further out by the grain bin, so I'm not always driving on the grass and soil. I'm pretty sure in real life if I were to do that, well, actually I don't know how the soil content actually is over in Griffin, Indiana, if it's hard enough, but the way it rained yesterday, I think in real life this tractor probably would have sunk down, the truck and trailer probably would have sunk down in the soil quite a bit. May even have gotten stuck. Yeah, once again, I will say it's been nice not having to do contracts in between episodes for hours on end. Now it just feels kind of weird. I'm going past harvest, you know, fields are ready for harvest. I'm just looking at them going, yeah, there they are. There they are. So I should also mention, if I haven't already, we can do that about 250,000 liters of milk to sell. And right now the milk price is meh. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But that'll definitely bring in a whole bunch of cash. So right here already, from what I can see, by the time I finish selling the soybeans and I bring the silage on down to the BGA and that gets processed, that should be more than enough cash to do the forage harvester setup. And then when I sell the milk, that's going to be more than enough money to buy the Vultra. And then we'll start saving up to hopefully buy another field. I would like to get a sprayer so I can spray herbicide on the field so it cuts back on the weeds. But that's not a big issue. Oh, and I do need, like I said, to buy a trailer or lease a trailer for the silage harvest. And like I said, we're also going to be harvesting or silaging the corn before it turns to harvest. So in the last growth stage, we'll be foraging it when it's nice and moist. That way when we compact it in the bunker, it'll ferment even better. Alright, so there are the soybeans sold. So already that's, you know, almost got us up to $400,000. And usually, you know, if you know me long enough in these videos, in Farming Simulator, when I get cash, it's like, I got too much cash, I gotta spend it on something. Gotta spend it on something. So it's kind of tempting to go buy the forage harvester now, but I think we'll just go ahead and wait until, I mean, it will be, for you guys, it should be next episode. And we'll be doing the forage harvest, and then hopefully as well, maybe the first thing we'll be doing is doing the grass, or by then it should be hay, windrowing it, and baling it. So this truck has been a lot better to my preference after we got the... Yeah, I guess I am clipping the fence. After we got the bigger engine in it. Definitely doing a lot better for me. Let's go ahead and park it right over here. Yeah, so the manure situation, I may actually have to start thinking about at some point. Yeah, I may have to get a belt system for that and eventually just start selling it. Alright, so this should just pretty much almost fill up the trailer completely. And this is why I kind of did the soybeans first, because if I go down the BGA, I don't know how much silage the BGA takes. So I didn't want to get this trailer full of silage and then find out it only takes like 50,000. Then I have to wait for it to process, and then the next thing you know, the soybean price tanks. Now, if we go by the seasons page, last season, soybeans, the high price would have been tomorrow in summer, but I tried going by that before, and I forgot what it was I was selling, and I missed the high price for it. Might have been canola. So it just gives you a ballpark of when the high price was. I'm not going to frown too much tomorrow if I look and I see soybeans is selling for like 13 something. It is what it is. So right now I'm just running at 1 times the speed because, like I said, there is rain coming in about 36 hours. So I'm hoping, as you can see, also... Ooh, okay, so what happened? It was a double plus. So if you wonder what I'm talking about, in the upper right hand corner on the seasons page, on the far left of that bar, there's this now just a plus sign. When I started recording, I thought it was a double plus, which means it's a good day for drying grass. Well, it was a great day, now it's a good day. And if there's nothing there, then it's an average day. Then of course you got minuses, it's a bad day. And if it's like yesterday it was a double minus because it was raining, it's like, why are you trying to dry grass? It's not going to happen. And if it rains, grass just deteriorates even faster. I'm kind of glad I bought the 9,000 liter bucket when I started this series. When I first did, I'm like, 9,000 liters, who needs it? Originally, I thought at some point I was probably going to get like a wheel loader with a big bucket on it. But I'm like, okay, that bucket even that I get, the modded one, I think holds, I don't want to say only holds, I think it holds like 11 or 12,000 liters, so might as well just use the Ford with 9,000 liter bucket. And a huge weight in the back. Yeah, this Ford does need a good cleaning, so I may clean this today if I get to it. I don't know how much this is going to bring in. I don't even know how much the BGA is paying me for silage. But I just look at it is what it is. We got to get rid of the silage. It's old. It's old and crusty. The cows are probably like, hey man, we would like some fresh silage. So now the situation our farm is in, now that we got an extra, I don't want to say an extra field, but we actually have a corn field for silage. Every year we'll probably be doing this. So whatever silage is left over every season before we do a corn silage run, we'll sell what's left in our bunker, and then we'll dump in the fresh stuff. And then in a couple days, for us it'll be 2 days because we're playing 6-day seasons, it will be silage. But before I sell the old silage, I'm going to make sure that the TMR mixer bunker is topped off with silage, so I don't want to run out. And with the amount of cows we got, I'm going to say we probably got maybe 120 cows right now. But, yeah, it's not like the first season or second season where that 120,000 liters is going to last forever. Because, the first 2 seasons, we could have gone the whole year and just topped it off in winter. And it was like, yeah, it doesn't really need to be topped off. But now, we topped it off beginning of last winter. Now here we are beginning of summer, and it ran out. Ran out of silage. And yes, I know every time I use this front loader and the bucket, every time I go up to a trailer, I hit the trailer or whatever. I can't get out of that habit. I think I started because when I first started doing this, you know, you got to start learning it sometime, Peanuts. So start trying not to hit the trailer when you do it. When I first started doing farming similar back in 13, actually I don't think I did it in 13, probably in 15. I missed the trailer so many times. But that was before I had a steering wheel, and now I got this Satex side panel. I was just using all the keyboard and trying to remember all the keys. When you first start playing of what does what, yeah, the side panel does wonders. He's got this wonderful little joystick, and it makes it so much easier to do bucket loading. I haven't gotten good at the logging yet with it. I don't think I ever will. I think I talked about maybe last episode. I did some logging on Wither Farms not too long ago. And of course, that one's, I tried to do that one more realistic than most series. And man, it was a struggle to get the logs in the back of a logging truck. See, there we go. Yeah, there we go. See, someone's spilling it. As I say, I hope I can get it all from underneath the trailer. Try to be more gentler. I'll just try to do it more gently when I get up with the front loader and I don't bang into the trailer. Over here, and then oops, I got the bucket too far tipped. There we go. I didn't get a message that says silo bunker is empty. It says 0 level of chaff, but it says I'm 24% compacted. Alright. I think 120,000 liters is probably going to give me... What does the BGA... Just remember, we're playing on hard economy, so the price is going to be a little bit lower. 150. 150 per 1,000. Yeah, it's not going to be a whole lot. Okay. Did I clean up the cows today? Or have I cleaned them out in the past 2 or 3 days? They might be messy in here. Oh yeah, they're messy. Let's see if I can fit some more silage into there. Yep, not put down far enough. Well, it looks like they're doing fine on straw. The bedding looks like it's full. As I'm backing out, how's the water? I could just go to the cow menu page. Flipping through all the buildings. Yeah, the water looks good as well. Actually, you know what? I'm going to dump this right into the TMR mixer. Because, I mean, it's going to be like 4 days. Maybe 3 days. I don't think they go through that much silage, but, you know, I could get also a burst of baby cows in the barn. Let me just go ahead and let's check on the cows, because it's been, yeah, so 118. Haven't gotten any cows lately. Cleanliness, so I'll fix this up in a little bit. But overall, good. Estimated food required per year, 600,000 liters. Milk is there. Slurry manure is getting back up there, but that's where we're at. Let's go on down to the BGA. And dump this on into the to the plant so I can get processing. So let's see. So what about 7,000 liters is like $1,000. So I'm gonna get like 18 grand for this silage, pretty much. Yeah, I'm gonna say about 18 grand. Hey, it's gonna help out. And the cows are probably happy to see the silage go bye-bye. It's 2.5 years old. Almost 3 years old, actually. So, if you wonder what I'm talking about, I did a little search online about how long corn silage is good for. And up to 2 years, it's pretty darn... Well, I don't say pretty darn good. They said up to 2 years it's good for. And by then it's time to get rid of it. So, yep. So we're at 2.5 years, almost 3. So let's go see how much we can process at once at this plant. I think it's going to be only 50,000. I think when I brought the silage bales down from doing the contracts in the grass fields last season, the extra bales that we had, I think it only takes like 50,000 liters at a time. I kind of like this BGA for some reason. I don't know why. It's not your standard typical Giants. What's the word I'm looking for here? This is the original one. It's a little bit different. It's just a little bit more compact. There's the trigger. Like I said, I think it's only going to take 50,000 liters. So I'll have to come on down. Actually, when I came down to test it to make sure I could dump it out of this trailer before I loaded it all in, I came down, there was still a silage bale sitting down here. And is she going to cap at 50 or... Yep, capping at 50. Alright, so we'll just leave it there and let it do its thing. Oh, just tab right to the Deutz-Fahrer. Alright, so let me hook up the mowing deck here. And I think I read the meter right, being that the grass is below 20%. Parked a little bit too close, so I can't really see what I'm doing here. Alright, sometimes this can be tricky, not hooking that up, but sometimes... Nope, okay, nope, nope, you had it. There we go. Yeah, sometimes when you're this close and you're actually manually attaching the front one, but we're all good. You're all good. Alright, make sure we get to the gate first before I lower it, because I think I've done that before and it doesn't quite fit through. Alright, so we'll lower that down, and if I get on out while that's doing that, and I get up my handy dandy little reader. So I think this is the one I'm looking for. I think this is the moisture in the ground, which is 34%. Yeah, so the grass is at 17%. So if it's above 20, if it's at 20 or above, and you cut the grass, it'll be dark green. Now this is just in seasons. It'll be dark green. In order for it to dry to semi-wet grass, or whatever it's called, you actually have to tet it first. Now when we cut it, it should be just semi-wet grass, which is like a light green color. We can just let it sit out in the sun, or the breeze, and it'll dry on its own. At least that's what it should do. So hopefully, turn that on, turn that on. We are, yep, it's light green, so yes, it's considered semi-wet grass. Now when it turns to hay in seasons, it actually turns to like what straw kind of looks like in the regular base game. So we did pretty good on hay for last season. Still got plenty of hay bales left. But as we know, we're getting more and more cows, so the demand's going to be a little bit higher and higher. I do have a mod actually installed. You can kind of see it. Well, you did see it over there for a brief second. So when it rains, the water level on the map rises, and we actually got a low spot down here. So we might actually see some, I might be mowing in some water. Actually, I can kind of see a little bit through the grass here. I don't know how well it's going to show up in the video, but it's going to be a little wet through here. It's not going to affect what the grass actually is, though. And we're somewhere near our border over here, so if you see some grass not being cut on the left side of the mowing decks, because I'm not on my own property. And this won't take us too long to take care of, and then after we get done with this, yep, there's my property boundary marker. We're going to go ahead and sell that silo bunker. Do I want to buy? I don't forgot how much the new one is, so that's another thing. If we do need money this season, I will borrow it, but just enough to go ahead and buy what we need. We don't need that much. And like I said, we do have 250,000 liters worth of milk, and I'm pretty sure once we sell that, if it's going for the price it usually goes for, we're going to have like 300 grand in milk. So I got milk sitting there waiting to go. Right now, we got no crops to sell now, I believe. Should be no crops because we're not harvesting this season. Well, we're not harvesting contracts, so not going to have loads of grain to sell at the beginning of the year, just whatever we have.
Had me down for the count. I was on 9-9 all the time. Shattered soul, you took control, but now I'm gone bye-bye, bring the fire. You took something beautiful and made it something cruel. It's all that I get from you. You're so delusional. Now watch me take control. I've been running from myself like I'm somebody else. Kinda left me alone. All the love is gone. Now I'm coming around. Got a stake in the ground. Gonna stick it to you. I'm gonna let you go. Let you go. Let you go. Let you go. I'm gonna stick it to you. Let you go. Let you go. Let you go. I'm gonna stick it to you. Breaking free. Finally, I paid my dues. Now you play the blues. Bottom line, you're out of time. Now you're gonna learn what it's like to lose. You took something beautiful and made it something cruel. It's all that I get from you. You're so delusional. Now watch me take control. I've been running from myself like I'm somebody else. Kinda left me alone. All the love is gone. Now I'm coming around. Got a stake in the ground. Gonna stick it to you. I'm gonna let you go. Let you go. Let you go. Let you go. I'm gonna stick it to you. Let you go. Let you go. Let you go. I'm gonna stick it to you.
I am going to be pretty honest with you. I kind of forgot about this grass field over here. Halfway through mowing the other field, I'm like, wait a minute. I got another field to do after this. Yeah, in the future, I can see myself also having Frank maybe mowing this. It's taking quite a while. He'll be busy over here, though, pretty soon. I'm probably going to set him up, have him come over here and fertilize the fields. And what we're probably going to do is, like when we're maybe doing the chaff, after we pick up the hay off this field, I'll probably have him come over here and I'll assign him to spread manure in this field, and I'll set it till the worker is taking the manure directly from the cow shed, cow barn, whatever it's called. And yeah, that way I don't have to keep loading it up all the time, but it won't take them too long to get these fields done with manure to save me a little bit of time. But man, it's taken me a lot of time to mow these two fields. I didn't even start my timer to see how long it's taken me to recording this video, because I didn't think it was going to be that long. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and mow that field. And yeah, I forgot how long it takes to mow these fields, because we only get to do it once a year. But I think we're going to have, when it does turn to hay, we're going to have plenty of hay. I'll probably sell the hay that's in the shed down by our main farm, because that's from last year. I'll probably sell all that hay, Not going to get a whole lot of cash for it, but I'll sell what we do have because we got plenty of it here. The good news is, as we get more and more cows, I know these 2 fields of grass are going to keep us going for a while for sure. I would assume maybe these 2 fields can handle 500 cattle for a season. But I'm just guessing on that right now. I don't know. I do not know, but there is the grass field done with. Let me get the HUD back up. Alright, let me go ahead and turn that off. And turn that off and fold that up. There we go. We can turn that HUD back off and then squeeze through the little fence here. What time is it? It's been like an hour. Maybe almost an hour to mow these 2 fields. Let's go ahead and put this back on down here. I'm going to leave it down by the pressure washer because I'll probably give it a good wash. So I'm sure we're done with the mower for the season because, like I said, we only get 1 cut in per year. And yeah, that's the amount of hay I had left over from last season, so I didn't use much hay at all. The other thing I remember to do, where is, there you are. So running at 1 times the speed as we have been, we have sold 30,000 liters of silage. Let's go ahead and fill the rest of that in. And while we're sitting here doing that, now we're going to go to our garage. And where is our silo bunker? So we're going to get some cash from selling that. I don't think it's that much. So yeah, it's like 13.4 we're going to get from it. And yes, it's been sold. Let's teleport back up there. Yep, we sold that, so we're good. I don't know if I'm going to put this down now or later because I may have to do some terraforming on the ground to make it look good. I may want to think twice about it. So the pH value is okay. So these grass fields are probably going to need some lime and definitely going to need some fertilizer. But we got plenty of it. Plenty of it. Yeah, so you can see the water in the field because of all the rain the past couple days. The water level has risen. That'll drop if it doesn't rain. So now I'm going to run a silo bunker going this way. And I kind of forgot which one I chose to do. Is it going to be under this category? Ooh, those are 90,000. How big are these? Do I need them that big? I don't know. The question. This is the only thing about silo bunkers. I don't know how much they hold. What else do I have here for silo bunkers? At least the ones I got activated anyways. Yeah, I think those double ones are the ones I was looking at. But it's 90,000. Let's... Wow, those are flipping huge. Huge, I tell you. Where's my heads-up display so I can see how much I'm placing? It's costing me to place it down here. No, Q and E to rotate the map. And control. Boy, it just keeps re-snapping to other things I don't want it to. Stop it. Don't stop it. I don't know why it's doing that. That may mess up my grass field a little bit. You know what I want to do? Hang on a second. Let's do the smart thing here. Save game. All right, let's try this again. No, I don't know why it keeps cutting back on me like that for. Like right about there. Click. Done. These may be oversized. I'm just saying. I am just saying. So yeah, this is kind of like right where I want it. So I got room to go in and out of there. Our truck will come in out of here. Yeah, I want to do some landscaping around here. Maybe not this season. But I decided to go this big. It's big for now, but if we do get up to 2,000 cows, I may need this much silage. It is kind of nice and flat right here, so that worked out well. I was going to do some landscaping around here after we get some cash. After we definitely get some cash. Yeah, I'm going to have to sell the milk here in a pretty darn soon, I think. Speaking of, what is the price? I'm only running at real-time speed, so probably not going to be much different. Yeah, so the price is going down. So we'll have to take care of the milk later on, but we are going to get some money from the silage tonight. But I just spent all that money. What day, did I say a second day of summer? Yeah, so the corn should not be ready until the first day of fall, so we'll be harvesting in like 3 or 4 days. So we'll find a good day to sell the milk, and by then it might be, well, it should have a little bit more than what we already have. So I'm expecting to get like 300 grand at least for the milk. So that's more than enough to buy the forage harvester and the header for it. And maybe by then we'll have more than enough cash to maybe also get the Voltra as well. Then I'll probably lease the trailer for the first season, and then next year we'll go ahead and buy a trailer. But yep, our new silo bunkers are right here. That's going to be plenty of room, I do believe, for our silage. We'll see how much we get off that cornfield this year. But yeah, probably the beginning of the next episode we'll be taking care of the hayfield. We'll be rowing that up because that should be ready tomorrow, which will be the 3rd day of summer. And like I said, the corn and silage harvest will be like the last day of summer-ish, somewhere around there. And we also got to harvest our wheat. Our wheat is going to be ready pretty darn soon as well. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching. As always, I'll catch you again right here in Griffin, Indiana. But until then, have a good one.